Hey guys, it's Self-Dev, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I wanted to talk about the idea that opportunities you have, you will not always have those opportunities forever. So if you have like an opportunity, for example, to go on holiday somewhere, then you need to make yourself aware and really realize that you won't have that opportunity forever. Like, your circumstances might change. So if right now you have like plenty of money, you are financially secure, you feel like you really want to go on this holiday, and you don't really have any good excuses, if that makes sense, to not go, then I really think you should go. So if it's a holiday, if it's a work opportunity, if you're moving somewhere, then just really think that you won't always have that opportunity. Your finances may get worse and worse. You might lose your job. You might have an incident in the family, which means you might need to take care of them. So it might be pretty common advice, but it's still something that you should think of. And I'm trying to like turn it into a more, I guess, systematic way of thinking. So like right now you'll have several opportunities of what you are able to do in life, but even in a short-term window as like 6 months, your let's say list of opportunities you could take, that list will change just in that time span of 6 months. So I guess what I'm trying to say as advice is I mean, you could write a list if you wanted to, of what you could do, what you are physically able to do, in terms of your situation. So financial, social, physical, legal. So like lockdown obviously took our opportunities to travel away from us for over 2 years, and I bet millions and millions of people, I guess, were so close to traveling, and then the pandemic hit, and then they were no longer able to travel. And maybe it wasn't even a case of them having to wait for 2 years to be able to travel. Maybe things happened during those 2 years that meant even after those 2 years, they weren't then able to resume their plans of traveling. And they might even never be able to travel again, because maybe they ended up with a family member who ended up sick, and now they have to take care of them. So they've essentially missed out on an opportunity to travel the world if they really wanted to. So, and I guess the more broader picture is that the idea of life is that things aren't permanent. Like, nothing is permanent. Life isn't permanent. Circumstances aren't permanent. Families, friends, relationships, they're not permanent. So when you have opportunities in life, just realize they aren't permanent, and they constantly change. And sometimes they're for the better, sometimes they're for the worst. I like to think that things change for the better, if not the short term, then the long term. And you should take opportunities as they come, if that's what you value, if that's what you want to do. And if you have fears or uncertainties, then what you need to do is you need to actually conquer those fears and uncertainties, because they don't undermine the value of why you want to do something, because you do want to do it. You just have these fears and you're unsure about things, and if you can solve those fears and uncertainties, then there's nothing stopping you from doing what you want to do in life. So if, say, for example, you've never traveled on a plane before, then you have fears and uncertainties potentially about traveling on a plane. So you could research like what happens on a plane, like how likely is it to end up in a plane crash, which is a very common fear, but it's like one of the most unlikely methods of transport to end up in an accident in. So that's one example. So as long as you've conquered your fears, then you'll pretty much have no excuse to avoid doing what you want to do in life and taking opportunities that you have in that moment, because you never know when life will take these opportunities away from you. And also there's the other side of the spectrum, and that is when you have the opportunity to, I guess, keep yourself safe in terms of finances, or in terms of security, or even just staying alive. Like if you have the opportunity to change your life circumstances and to improve them, then you should take them, because things might get worse for you if you wait too long, because you were hesitant about, again, fear and uncertainty that taking this opportunity would make things worse for you, or the change in your lifestyle is too scary for you. And see, fear, it's a way for your mind to try and save you and protect you, but sometimes it can work overtime and it can do more harm than good. So this is a real problem, and I know it's tough, but try and think logically when you're in that state of fear, because sometimes that can actually save you and improve your life, rather than listening to the fear and being too hesitant and not taking the opportunities as they come. So, like, I guess I could say one example is the Ukraine situation, where you hear on the news that Russia is about to invade Ukraine. So what do? Do you stay in Ukraine and risk your own life and your family's life, or do you flee the country to survive? Now, I know this would be your home country, and moving away from that, moving away from your hometown and away from where you grew up, where you went to school and played with friends and worked and went to the pub or whatever, and you have to flee that. I know that's painful, but staying alive is, at least for most people, the most fundamental thing that you're trying to protect. And you have that opportunity to keep yourself and your family alive. And it's hard because you don't know in the future when that opportunity will change. So there's things like on the news, like when the corridors outside of the country are blocked, or Russia isn't sticking to their side of the deal and they are not opening the humanitarian corridors, and you've essentially lost the opportunity to flee the country and protect you and your family from the war. So yeah, it's just I'm just trying to make people more wiser when they make decisions, and really trying to think when they have an opportunity to either seek higher pleasure or avoid potential pain, to try and be smart when they make those decisions, because these opportunities won't be here forever. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and found some interesting insights. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share to whoever you think will find this video useful. And I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have an awesome day and an amazing life.